stay till the end. It's going to be a lot of information. It's going to literally be insane amount of information. So make sure you guys are taking notes. Number 2, make sure you're following along closely. And if you guys stay till the end, we have a special offer for you guys, and we'd appreciate you guys to stay through the whole entire training. Don't skip anything. Don't go watch TV. Don't even use the bathroom. This is going to be so much information in such little amount of time that we decided to put it in this way. All right, you guys are allowed to post this on social media. So if you guys post on social media, make sure you tag us. There's all of our @ names at the bottom. I'm gonna give you guys a second to write it down, just in case you guys want to post a screenshot or something like that on social media. You guys do have the right to do that, but just please make sure you guys tag us. Perfect. All right, so let's get right into it. With that being out the way, everyone got that? Give me a number 2 if you guys all got that. Perfect. All right, awesome. So let's move on. All right, guys, this is again, this is a dialogue. I kind of want you guys to speak too. I don't want just us just speaking. So as you guys are going on, just keep asking your questions right here in this box. When quick Q&A session comes, we're gonna answer all the questions. So just whatever questions you have, just drop it here throughout, and we're gonna go back and read all at the end of the Q&A, right? So just make sure you're typing in all your questions in this chat box. We understand the chat box works now. I see everybody could speak. I see everything's good. All right, so let's get right into it. So how did we start, right? We came from an immigrant background. You know, we didn't have access to the funds that everybody does, right? So one thing I started to understand is I had a chip on my shoulder, right? Things were not going to be sweet for me. Things were not going to be great for me. And especially being a minority, things were actually going to be that much tougher. So what I had to understand and teach my mind is I can't be a victim of my situation, right? I can't make myself a victim. What we do too often is we make ourselves a victim and we say, man, hey, things are not working out for me. I don't know why life is going against me, rather than figuring out what's going on and actually studying, right? The internet made it a fair playing game. There's people literally making money from the internet every single day. So now there's no excuse. Back then, there was probably an excuse because you probably didn't have a computer, you probably didn't have a phone, you probably didn't have all these resources that we have now, that now it is so easy that if you don't actually do it, it's your fault. It's literally your fault because you have no excuse now, right? So the victim mentality, I had to drop it, and that was a big shock because I was just always making myself the victim. I was always saying like, hey, everything is my fault. Like, hey, things are not working out. Why isn't this working out? Why is it working out for them and not me? And I was just blaming everybody else, but not looking at myself, right? So I had to take a step back, and this is when accountability comes into play, right? If you don't hold yourself accountable, you're never going to get to the next level. That's something true right now. If you don't hold yourself accountable, you're never going to get to the next level. So what I started doing was I started holding myself accountable to everything. Every single little thing I would hold myself accountable for. I would not make no excuses. I would say, okay, I got to learn. Okay, I got to learn. I got to get the information. Like, I became so hungry for information. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, I was learning from everybody. And the next most important thing, I dropped my ego. This is something that holds so many people back. Their ego. They let their ego get in the way. Like, oh, I can't learn from that person. A lot of you guys are here right now because you guys are hungry for information. So you guys are actually taking the right step. But there's so many people that are not hungry for information. And I don't want to learn from that person. Nah, definitely not from him, right? So as soon as you put that in your mind and you become hungry for information, guess what you're going to start doing? You're going to start seeking information. You're going to start seeking knowledge, right? So I already knew financial literacy was not taught in my family. I didn't come from a wealthy family. I didn't learn these things. These things were not stuff that was just taught all day, every day to me. So I took a step back and I said, okay, I'm not going to make myself a victim, but I'm not going to be naive either. I know I'm missing these tools. So how could I go out and start getting these things? How can I start learning this information, learning this little thing, applying it, learning this little thing, applying it? That's the second most important thing. When you get the information, apply it, right? A lot of people are information nerds. They get so much information all day, but guess what? They never apply the information. Then you're just being entertained, right? You're learning stuff, but you're not going out and actually applying the information. So what's the point of doing something if you're just going to listen and then move on with your life? No, I want you guys to take the information today and actually go apply it because I care about you and I want you guys to get the results, right? One thing about this game is the results show. There's people that don't get results because the work ethic shows. So that's what we're going to get into, right? So I knew I didn't have access to credit or funds. So I took a step back. I said, okay, I'm going to work a job. I'm going to work a job. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep saving, and I'm going to reinvest in everything. I wasn't working my job and then spending it on fancy clothes. I wasn't getting that money and spending it on nonsense. I was saving every dollar and investing it into my business. I did this for a year and a half, I remember. Literally living on bare minimum just so I could invest everything in my business. That's what it takes though, right? I'm be very honest with you guys. I'm be very blunt honest with you guys in this training. This is not easy. This is not a get quick rich scheme. If you are thinking that, this is not it for you. But if you guys put in the work, if you put in the work and you put in the dedication, this is going to get you to the next level, right? So I had to start understanding these things. And guess what? Guess what? These are not things that were just coming upon me. They weren't just falling on my lap. Just like you guys are doing. You guys booked this training. You guys came to this training. So guess what you have to do? You have to put action behind it. So I started putting action behind it. And I said, okay, yeah, I don't have funds. Yeah, I don't have the access to credit. Okay, let me start working, saving, reinvesting. Working, saving, reinvesting. Working. That literally became a habit for a year and a half straight. While all my friends are spending all their work money, they'll come up. They'll make all this work money. But guess what they're doing? They're traveling. They're leaving. Boom. They're out. I'm like, nah, I can't come, man. I can't come, man. I have to stay back. I can't do it. I'm saving this bread. I'm saving it for a business. Business? What are you talking about, business, man? Everyone was looking at me crazy, right? But I understood it was a bigger vision than that. It was deeper than that. It wasn't just about making money now and spending it. Like a lot of people are about to get the stimulus check. This is proof, right? If last stimulus check, if a lot of you guys would have invested in a business, where would you be right now? Where would you guys be right now if you took that stimulus check you had last time and invested it into your business, right? A lot of people spent it already. They got that money. They're gone on vacation. That's the cycle I want you guys to break. And it's okay if this happened to you before. It's okay. We all make mistakes. We're all in that position, so it's okay. But the thing is, what are you going to do about it now? That's the thing. That's the thing I want you guys to take from this training and understand, okay, this information I'm getting, I know I'm getting the stimulus check. I could invest this all in my business right now, right? Or I could go take a vacation with my friends. What do you want? Those are the things. Then I decided to be the change in my family, right? I knew I didn't come from wealth. I knew I didn't have these things. I said, I'm going to be the change. I'm going to be the first to shift this generational curse, right? I'm going to be the first to shift it. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I understood I'm never going to quit. I'm putting everything on the line, every single thing on the line. Like I would go dead broke for it. That's the determination I'm talking about here. That's the type of dedication that gets people to the next level. That's why not everybody's an entrepreneur, right? Not everybody could survive this game, but the ones that literally do it till the end, then they're going to have exponential growth. There's this book I want you guys to read, The Compound Effect. Write that book down, The Compound Effect. It talks about how doing little things over time compound over time, right? People want instant results. They want to start something today and get results tomorrow. They literally want to start today and tomorrow they want to be to the next level. That's not how it works, right? So when we first started, we just started with $300 while working our job, right? While working our job, right? It's called the compound effect, right? So we had $300 with no excuse and just working our jobs at the same time, right? So when we did that, things started to finally click because we were reinvesting everything and we went cheap. We went cheap. We weren't spending anything but in our business, right? So since the last 4 years, we have generated over $2.7 million with online sales and scaling brands online, right? But that didn't happen overnight. That took over 4 years of dedication and determination. And we just had our largest Q4 that just passed right now. And this year, we're going to keep scaling our brands to the next level. So that's why we started a community of entrepreneurs. I started thinking, I said, hey, who else is facing these issues? Who else is going through these things? Who else doesn't have the access that I didn't have, right? Yep, it's by that person. When we first started, we had no community, we had no act, it was nothing. Imagine that. Imagine like not having a community of people to relate with, people to hold you accountable, that you have to hold yourself accountable. It was that much harder, right? So I understood, I said, hey, it's upon me to make that change to help others start their whole journey. Connect them with the right people. Make sure it's a community that they're speaking about, learning from my mistakes, learning from the things I did, right? So let's move on. What we're going to go over right now is our 3-step strategy that we implement till this day, right? The number one thing that had us get all those sales was these 3 steps. People overcomplicate this game. They make it like it's rocket science. It's not that complicated. Don't get scared. A lot of people are going to try to scare you because of all the information and all the things that they're going to throw at you one time. We literally simplified it to 3 things. Number 1, it's about content. It's about the content that you put out there. And especially, how do you make it go viral, right? That's the number 1 thing. Number 2, branded stores. We make sure the stores are branded to where people see what's going on. People see like, hey, this is a large brand. I believe in this brand. I'm actually going to purchase from this brand. That's number 2. Number 3, micro influencers. It's like the hidden gem right here. Leveraging micro influencers is like a hidden gem. There's so many underutilized influencers because they don't understand their value. Influencers will get you sales, right? You don't even need to learn ads right away. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What we first did is we literally found the influencer, paid her, she started getting us sales like that. But it was the right influencer, right? So understanding these 3 things is what, after every single thing, we broke it down to these 3 concepts. I said, hey, number 1 is creating viral content. Making sure it's content people like, people engage with, and you could grab them by the hook, right? If you're just throwing nonsense content, you're not going to get no sales. I'll be honest with you guys. Content is very important. Now, the next thing is you might have great content, but if your store doesn't look branded or it doesn't look like a nice, welcoming store, then you're not going to get the sales. Guys, I hope you guys are writing these things down because this is a dialogue. This is going to be a lot of information. So please write these things down. Number 3, we leverage micro influencers, right? So what makes a micro influencer? Anybody that has under 1 million followers, I still consider them a micro influencer, right? So I understand what's going on with the big ones, right? But I try to stay away from the big ones because they don't have the conversion rate that the micro influencers have. So once we started doing the tests, guys, and the reason why we came up with these 3 simple concepts, we tested everything. I tested the people that have 4 million followers and the people that have 10 million followers and the people that have 10,000 followers. I've tested it all, right? These are the 3 most simplest concepts to e-commerce, to not scaring people, because what happens too often is there's so much information out there that people feel crippled that they can't do it because it's looking at your ROI, it's looking at this, talking about this, all these information that people are like, whoa, man, this is not for me. This is way too much. We literally simplified it to these 3 things. So if you guys understand these 3 concepts, you're good to go. It's that simple, right? But it's not easy. So in this slide right here, I'm gonna show you guys one of our brands, right? So we leveraged the 3-step strategy. And with this store, we've done over $50,000 in a single month, right? Getting a return ads on 4.7. So what 4.7 means, for every dollar we spend, we get 4.7 back, right? So for every dollar we spend, we get 4.7 back. So the strategy we used for this is that 3-step process that we simplified it with this, right? So we said, okay, if we're going to actually be speaking about these things, let's put it to test. And in 1 month, that's what this did, right? And another thing that we started adding, there's a lot of back-end things that we use like emails, text marketing, all these things, but you don't need to learn those things right away. You just need to learn the 3 simple concepts to just get you going and get sales going. So as soon as we figured out these are the 3 most important core elements, I said, yo, it's game over now. Now everybody can literally just take these 3 concepts, apply it, and it's going to work, right? So that's one thing we did. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, okay, why should I even get into e-commerce? Like, why not like Bitcoin, or why not like stocks, or why not like real estate and all these things, right? Well, the number 1 thing is you shop online. Here's the truth. You shop online all the time. I shop online all the time. So doesn't it just make sense to get into an industry that you're already spending money on all the time, right? People are shopping online every single second in the world, like everywhere. E-commerce is going to hit $4.5 trillion by the end of this year, right? These are stats that literally been pulled out. This last Q4 was the largest Q4 ever had, ever, right? Just because COVID, people thought e-commerce was going to slow down, and COVID, actually the opposite happened. It tripled just because of COVID came, and it showed everybody why the power of online businesses is, right? So we're helping, we started this new campaign called Shop Local, where we're helping all the local businesses get online. And it's mind blowing to me how many of them did not leverage the power of even having a website. They were just thinking their physical store was gonna, cover everything. And COVID showed it. That's not the case, right? A lot of people are running out of business because they're not doing e-commerce, right? Or their specific business doesn't have a website or doesn't have an e-commerce platform. That's what's been holding a lot of people back, right? So we said, okay, perfect. We're in the right niche. We're in the right industry. Now let's scale it. So when you're in e-commerce and you guys actually start your brands, so some of you guys start getting sales and things like that, after you get a certain amount of sales, you're going to stay at the same level, but you want to scale it. So how do you get from here to here? That is required of the right content, the right advertising, diversifying your advertising, leveraging TikTok, leveraging Instagram, leveraging Snapchat, leveraging Pinterest, leveraging so much other things, right? So that's when it gets complicated. Yep, exactly. Good comment. So let's get into it. Why did we call our community profitable brands, right? So the most important thing is staying profitable. Believe it or not, a lot of people that do e-commerce are not profitable. The numbers you might see is not profits. I always say, show me the profits, because the revenue doesn't matter, right? You can be making $1,000 a day and not profitable, but you could be making $200 a day and profitable, right? So I always say, show me the profits, right? So what is a brand? A brand is the identity of building something that people trust. They know your marketing, they know your advertising, that the strategy behind a brand is something that people can trust. Like when you say Uber, you could trust getting in that car. Guys, think about the psychology it took for people to believe in actually opening up an app and getting in a stranger's car. It's normal now, right? 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you would think, are you crazy? I'm gonna walk in a stranger's car, right? They've built a brand. They built a brand identity so people can trust them, right? Think about Airbnb. How many people would randomly sleep in random's houses 10, 15 years ago? That would not be an ideal thing. No one would do that. But right now, they built a brand identity. So when we're building e-commerce brands, we think of how do we build a brand identity so when a person comes to our website, they trust us right away and they have a higher chance of purchasing, right? And they have a higher chance of just going through and buying. So we simplify the buying process. We make sure we put trustworthy colors. We make sure we put the logo in the right place. We make sure we advertise the correct way. We make sure we leverage the design, right? So it's seamless, right? So without that, without us building an actual brand and just a sketchy website, people won't be buying. I'll be honest with you guys. You won't get sales if you don't build a brand right now. That's why it's important to build a brand in 2021. Whatever it is, in e-commerce, whatever it is, you must have a trustworthy brand because people are going to do their research on you, right? Look at, for instance, let's talk about the big brands, right? Let's talk about the big brands. Coca-Cola, Facebook, all these brands, they've established trust with you. And believe it or not, you're trusting them as we speak. And you use these platforms every single day. So we just have to take what's working from them and apply it to our thing. And the number one thing is customer attention, customer obsession. You have to fall in love with the customers. Don't just care about making dollars, care about the customers. So what is drop shipping? You know, a lot of you guys probably hear this, drop shipping this, drop shipping that, drop shipping, it takes too long. No, drop shipping is a business model, right? So drop shipping means you're essentially a big middleman. You don't hold the inventory. Your supplier holds the inventory. You only order from your supplier when a customer orders from you, right? So as soon as the customer orders from you, guess what you do? Then you order from the supplier, and the supplier ships it directly to your customer's house. That's what dropshipping is, and that's the model we use till this day.
All right, guys. How are you guys feeling so far? I just want to go ahead and let you guys know. Just say a number 2 in the comment section below. And if you guys are just listening on and it's you guys are still, we still have your attention. Okay, awesome. That is what's up. Okay. All right, I'm going to take over. So pretty much what I'm going to go over is really explaining how to actually build a brand and what it means to have a brand. So this is where we can really go ahead and, get in depth with it, right? So we're going to, I've covered all of the, what is dropshipping? What does it mean to build a brand? Now it's time to really just understand what are some of the psychology behind certain brands. All right, okay. So I'm glad you guys can hear me. So as you guys may well know, a lot of these brands that exist currently nowadays, the Dose of Roses, Fashion Nova, Movement, these are all, large brands that started off, as dropshipping. They started off, as a small e-commerce operation, and then they scale it to the next level. And in the next, couple slides, we'll go ahead and do a actual case study of what exactly are they doing on their websites. We'll take a look at a really good example. So these brands, all they did was really just start off as a small e-commerce brand. Like a lot of the big corporations, the CMOs, the chief marketing officers of these big corporations, they're all afraid of people like you guys building a business, because the thing is, the playing field is level. It's literally the same. Anybody that has access to a laptop and internet can create a brand and really take it to the next level and start generating a ton of sales, just because the access is the same. All you have to do is really invest into creativity, and that is it. Really, you just have to be a more creative marketer, and you have access to the same tools, a video, like literally just these things. You don't have to spend millions and millions of dollars. Before, companies used to be, that it had to cost so much to set up a website, so much money to set up a brand online. That's not the case anymore. With $29.99, you can literally set up a brand really quickly. So let's go ahead and go right into it. Number 1, I want you guys to really understand, what does it mean to be a niche? Niche is what we preach all the time. And the thing is, the reason why this is so important, you need to find a niche. And as you guys can see, if I go back to these brands, you can tell what their niche is. Now, what is a niche? A niche is really a it's basically a category. That's the best way I want to explain it. It's a category within an industry. Let's say, for example, it's beauty. Let's say with it's jewelry. Let's say, for example, it's anything related to a certain product. Like, let's say, for example, fitness. Let's say you're selling dumbbells, these type of things, right? All these things are, within a niche. So, and I want you guys to take a look at the other slide here, right here. Fashion Nova. Can you guys tell me what niche they're in, just by the name of their, what niche are they? Yes, fashion, clothing. Yes, that's true, exactly. And okay, so what is the niche of Movement in? Movement, I don't know, some of you guys might be familiar with Movement, but it's a, if you guys can let me know what niche they're in. Watches, yeah. So you guys can see, so you guys understand what niche that they're in. And it's so important that you pick a niche that you're passionate about, because it makes it so much easier for you to start your marketing. It's so much easier for you to really build a brand around it. And you're not going to get burnt out when you don't see results right away. You're going to enjoy the process. You're going to know so much about it, and it's going to feel natural to you. Like a lot of people, who are, just passionate about going into the gym, start a fitness brand, really just start something that you are comfortable, that you're passionate about. It's so much easier, and you can create products around it. So, and that's the one thing that I really want to preach to you guys. It's just that you guys can understand what a niche is. So let's go back to that. Picking something that's evergreen. What does that mean? Evergreen means something that's never going to go out of business, right? And let's say, for example, the fashion niche. Let's say, for example, beauty niche. Those are billions and billions of dollar niches that will never go out of business, because there's constant. We have Instagram. We have these platforms that are pumping insecurity into, teenage girls all day long. And it's just like, it's constantly feeding into society of like, okay, you need to get this new product. You need this new facial pore remover. You need all these type of things. There's so many different products that are out there that it's, you don't have to worry about that niche ever going, let's say, for example, it will go away. And the biggest thing to look at is, you want to look at the market trends. If you look at beauty, beauty is not going away anytime soon. If you look at jewelry, jewelry is an evergreen niche, pet niche. People love their pets more than their actual, daughters and sons. It's a sad reality. And that's the thing, like, the pet niche is huge. People love, you see, if you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, people have full on dog pages that have millions and millions of followers because they really, really just, and that is a profitable niche. That is a really good niche to be in. I know so much people that are crushing in the pet niche that are created so much great, successful pet products, And when you're passionate about the niche that you pick, it makes it so much easier for you to create a brand around it and make it so much easier for you to market because you're going to come up with creativity. Because the trick to this game really is how creatively you market. If you can come out with a creative ad that's going to get attention and go viral, you have what it takes to really compete with the biggest pet name brand. You could take those sales, just feed off of those sales right away because it's gonna work, because you understand what it takes to be in that niche. You look at TikTok. TikTok is such a huge platform that's been popping off. So many people have been creating products around there and advertising it, and have been just getting so much views from that. So just understand that there's once you find a niche, make sure that it's an evergreen niche that is not going out of business, and make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. It makes it so much easier. And what you could do is you study the top 10 people in that niche. It's so much easier to, see what they're doing. And we always preach, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. That's not a good, sure, it's, everything has been done already. Fashion Nova has spent millions and millions of dollars on advertising and marketing. If you simply take some of the marketing tactics that they're using and creatively, go based off of that, you're going to start getting sales right away. It's just a no-brainer because they've already proven what's working. And what's really dope is a tool called the Facebook Ads Library. If you go on there, you can actually see what ads are being run by your competitor or your favorite company. And you can study that. That's how we do every single day. We look at, okay, what is Fashion Nova running? Cool. They're spending $1 million a day on ads. Okay, clearly this is a really good, this is working, So it's like you can go based off of that, and we create similar styles of content based on that. So don't reinvent the wheel, guys. Just really, understand that the job has already been done for you guys, The job is already, and yeah, Faduma, you asked a great question. What does it cost to do Facebook ads? We'll get into that later. But it's Facebook is a really great platform that allows you to but you don't even need to run ads. You don't even need to spend money on Facebook to get sales right away. That just adds on to the, it gets you more customers. So at the end of the day, you don't need to start off with running Facebook ads. If you don't have any budget, you don't have any money, you don't need to start off like that. So let's go ahead and, review this really quick here. So number one, when you identify your interest in your niche, you want to make sure that you pick a niche that you're passionate about, and understand that, how can you market creatively off of that? Do what's already working, and, study the top 10 competitors. And it's that simple. So let's go ahead and move on to the strategies that we are going to, Faduma, you asked the audience you targeting, basically. Yeah. So the audience you're targeting, I don't know if you're referencing the other question that you have. Yeah, so basically you said, does it cost to do the Facebook ads? Yeah. The audience you're targeting, basically. Yeah, if you can, this finding in it. Okay, we'll get into the questions just a bit here, but let me go ahead and move on to
but just ask all your questions in here, and then we're gonna answer them one by one, so you guys can start asking the questions.
Yeah, but I want to go ahead because I know some of you guys it's really late for, and I appreciate you guys being on the call with us. I want to make sure that we can get to everything as much as we can. And don't worry if you your question doesn't. We'll make sure to answer your question at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the first strategy. The first strategy of creating viral content, and an example that we use in creating viral content. So what does that mean? Viral content isn't really that hard to make when you understand the psychology of how people think, right? People want to share things on their social media all day long. When they're on social media, they are not there. They're there to just share funny videos with their friends and family, right? That's what they're there for. And they're to communicate with people and to like and share funny content. That's really what it is. So if you can find a way to make your brand, right, the brand that you own, if you can find a way to give it a personality or incorporate some sort of funny element to that, and post that on your, use that for your Facebook advertising or your marketing period, you're going to get much more results like that, because people naturally want to share what they find is funny, what they find is intriguing, interesting, and at the end of the day, whatever you post on social media, it's gonna get views. But what's important is that you make sure that you just put some creativity into it, right? And a lot of times we've even noticed, like, the types of videos that go viral, you can take a look at, majority of them, they're all shot on like a cell phone video. They're all shot on like their meme styles. They're a lot of different memes. And what did we do in our viral campaign that you guys saw earlier, that we generated the 50K with? This was the exact ad copy that we used, which is, the meme style. We used the website called Memesar. So take notes. Go ahead and check out this website. It's called Memesar. Memesar is a website that allows you to create it's like a kind of like a meme, right? Like, it allows you to create memes that you can post your picture or product right under that, right? And that's very important when you are creating viral content. People share things that are quick textable items that you can share with friends and family. So that's a great website that we used. And as you can see here, all the comments, I'll go ahead and type it in here for those of you guys how it's written or asking. It's called Memesar. Just like that. That's how it's spelled. But as you can see, all the different comments of people that are, sharing it with their friends and family. And what is that doing? Free promotion. We're not paying for those ads when people are sharing our content. It's automatically getting to more friends and family and their inner circles. And that's getting us more and more customers and more sales. We simply did that because we understood, okay, when you create viral, engaging content, it's going to get shares. So that's one important thing that we do. And let's talk about what is like Pinterest, but for meme. Yeah, 100%, yes. So how do you create viral content? There's a simple rule called 3-6-90 rule, right? And what it is, it's basically the first 3 seconds. And the reason why I say this, people's attention spans have been shrinking. It's goldfish have a higher attention span at this point than human beings, because of how quick. And you guys know this because of how quickly it is for you guys to be running on. As you can see, TikTok is such a booming platform, and now it's going on to Reels. People are into short bits of content. If it's something that's more than a minute long, they're not paying attention. If it's more than 10, 20 seconds long, they're not paying attention. Small portion of people are really, like you guys that are on this call here, are willing to soak in that knowledge and to be able to market to these billions of people who have short attention spans, right? And I'm not saying that, it's just the human nature of how people are, progressing with time. It's like with the advancement of Instagram, TikTok now, everything is just being short form content is on such a huge high rise. So first 3 seconds, the piece of content has to be engaging within the first 3 seconds. If you're selling a product, you need to capture attention of what the product is and what it does in the first 3 seconds. If it does not do that, it will not go viral, nor will it even be engaging enough for people to want to purchase or even watch the whole thing through. So don't waste your time creating an entire long video with so many different things in there and expecting to hold people till the end. It's not going to happen like that. You need to capture their attention within the first 3 seconds. The 6 rule means a 6-year-old must be able to understand it. It's that simple. A lot of the content that goes viral is very basic content. It's funny content, things that are quick, funny, intriguing things that just are easy for people to understand. A 6-year-old must be able to read and comprehend and understand the content that's seen. Every one of us that have siblings knows, every single one of us, if you check their phones, they're up to date on all of viral content pieces. They're always showing us new content pieces and all that kind of stuff. If a 6-year-old can understand it, then you have a viral piece. And the last thing, a 90-year-old must be able to read the contents or the caption or the content that's inside the video. That's simply put. If a 90-year-old can't read it, don't expect it to go viral, because it has to be so simple. With people's attention spans so little, It needs to be very engaging, simple to read, and easy to understand in that short amount of time. Don't expect it to be, to go viral if it's not going to be anything more than that. So understand this rule. Anytime you create content, understand the 3-6-90 rule. Let me know if you guys are understanding that so I can know that you guys are still with me. Awesome. Okay. All right. We will move on. So, and don't worry, I still have you guys' questions pinned, so we'll get to that at the end. All right. Branded stores. So we'll go ahead and explain what branded stores are, right? This is one brand that we used to have. And the thing is, I want you guys to take a look at what are the elements in that, right? As you can see here, the logo is bright, it's simple, it's in the corner, and then it's very simple and easy to read and understand. Image showcases trust, right? A lot of these themes, we simply were able to get those from like big brands like Fashion Nova, from Dose of Roses, all these big corporations. Easy to navigate, yes, absolutely. Hamdi, you got it on point. Simple. You don't see so much text here. So many different types of, home, shop, about, fact, frequently asked questions, contact us. Simple. Very simplistic. It's not spammy looking, doesn't look, and we take the time to invest in great quality images. And even if you can't afford, to hire a product designer, you might be wondering, how can you do that? You can go on websites like Fiverr.com, and Upwork, and you can actually hire somebody for very little, for literally like $5 to $10 for them to create a mock-up in Photoshop and, with your brand elements in there, with your logo, with all this kind of stuff. If I'm telling you, customers are getting smarter. If you are not, the website is called Fiverr.com. All right. Yeah. If you're not investing into your brand, customers can understand and they can see that you're not spending, time and effort on your website. Don't expect your customers to, shop with you if you're not putting in effort on your brand. It's that simple, right? You gotta go the extra mile. You gotta really, over deliver on every promise. And it starts from the top down. From your branding, from your images, from your website, the way it looks, to all the way down to your product packaging. How when they get the product packaging is such a great experience. To when they hit you up on customer service and they send you an email, they get sent, immediately an email back, with great text, and your branding is inside the email. All these details are so important in generating sales. A lot of people skip this when they're building brands. You gotta really go over the details because your customers will notice, and this will determine whether they come back or not and refer to their friends and family. Because if they have such a great experience, you gotta look at it. Like, look at Amazon. They deliver such a great customer experience that you can't not shop with them. If you call them and you tell them, hey, this case that I ordered for my phone isn't, I don't like, it took more than a day to get here. No problems asked. They'll refund you the order and send you a new product. They'll go the extra mile to earn your service. And you may have spent $10 when they have billions and billions of dollars coming into their accounts every day. They understand the power of word of mouth. They understand the power of great customer experience and customer support. When you have such a great customer experience, you're going to want to come back. You're going to tell your friends and family. You're going to tell everybody about that. These are such things that get overlooked in this industry. A lot of people want to throw up an e-commerce website, run Facebook ads, and expect to get sales day one.
Are you guys following along? You guys taking notes? Comment too.
Yeah, let us know.
Comment too.
Let me know if I'm going too fast, okay?
All right. Yeah, guys, let us know if we're going too fast, because the information, we know it like the back of our hands. So sometimes we might just go too fast for you guys. So just let us know to slow down and things like that, just because this is all we do, so we know everything, and we want you guys to gain the most amount of value from this call right here.
100%. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Go slow a little. I'll definitely do that. Okay. All right. So pretty much, the main thing is really spending great time, on your brand really is going to be so important, because people they can notice. Customers, believe it or not, Customers are looking for ways not to shop with you. Again, let me say this. When they visit your website, they're looking for ways not to buy your brand. That's number one. So what is so important for you to do when you have a great looking website, when you're taking notes and you're making sure that your website is top tier, you have good brand packaging, you have everything, they're simply checking off boxes like, okay, great images, cool, great customer service. They have a chat box in the side. Okay, if I ever need to if I ever, have any issues with my order, I can reach out to them. Cool, check. Okay, if is there customer proof? Is there other people, have they bought this product before? Cool. Okay, customer reviews, testimonials. They'll visit these areas, right? Trust me, customers are all doing this in their head. And even if you look at it, your buying patterns, when you visit a website, you're doing the same exact thing. You just might unconsciously not be knowing it. You might be going to a website and you're just simply just browsing through and you're like, okay, all right, let me see if this is a spammy looking website. Let me see if this is, if it's not, to my standards. You're going to do this when you're going along. So understand that customers are getting smarter. Always go the extra mile. Use these websites, Fiverr, right? And somebody asked, so a good web developing site, Fiverr, again, is a great website that you can have somebody who can really whip up a great website for you for literally like $5 to $20 at the max. Somebody can set up a Shopify website for you on there. And, if you can't do it yourself. But one thing we always recommend is that you at least try it yourself. So that way you can understand when you do hire somebody that you don't get, you understand you have a great expectation of what's being done, right? And you understand a little bit about it. At least try it yourself. It doesn't hurt to try it yourself, right? But if you're so busy and you can't even have the time to do that, I would recommend just hiring it out. And you can always find somebody that's smarter than you to do what you're not good at, right? We always recommend, like, if you're not good at something, outsource for it. But really understand that there are so much resources out there that can help you with that. You can do dummy version on Shopify right before. Yes, you can. You can play around with the Shopify environment. Yes. So, all right. What are some good brand examples? Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and review an actual case study, right, of a website. And let's actually, go ahead and check this out. So let me go ahead and let me know if you guys can see the website Gymshark. Can you guys see that? I'm going to share my screen too as well so you guys can all yeah, so perfect. Okay. So perfect. Okay. So you guys can see it. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this. All right. So Gymshark and the brand that we have, right? Both very clean. As you can see here, Gymshark, right? This is a large multi-billion-dollar company, right? And as you can see here, the images and the logo, top left corner, they have, a great, just a simple messaging in there that says, has a shipping message right there. Great quality images. You don't find any images that are from like, stock photos that are just, ugly looking. You don't find that on here, right? And you can see here, if I flip back and forth between our brand, we simply just modeled what the pros are doing, right? You don't want to overcomplicate these things. Good design is simple. And Apple has demonstrated that the best. If you guys know, and everybody in here probably knows of Apple, Apple has mastered simplicity, simple marketing. You don't see them talking about how their new latest, processor is and all this kind of stuff. They focus on, what do you feel when you buy an Apple product? What do you feel when you visit their website? Is it elegant? Is it simple? Is it just very seamless? Like they focus on feeling when and being a part of a community, being a part of something, fear of missing out. That's what they instill, right? You gotta take a look at what the big brands are doing and incorporate these things into your own brand. And this is not something that is, like rocket science. You just look at what's working, duplicate it. It's simple. Boom, that's it. You don't reinvent the wheel, right? And exactly, like you said, yeah, they focus more on the brand itself. And that's what they do. They sell a phone. If the phone, some Galaxy, some of these Samsung phones are high tech, higher tech, have higher, more premium stuff in there. And they're talking about the GX49 camera with this, like they don't talk about that. Apple is the most valuable, one of the most valuable companies in the world, simply because they're selling the brand. Exactly. You hit it on the nail right there. And that's what we preach constantly. That's the secret sauce.
And just to add on to that, right? Why is it that you have to have the newest iPhone? Like, think about this, guys. Majority of you guys on this call probably have the newest iPhone, even though your other iPhone just was working pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Think about that. Your old iPhone was probably working good, but you had to have the newest one. You had to have the newest one, right? Because you don't want that feeling of missing out. So we said, okay, let's take the psychology side of that and add this to our brands. So now whenever we launch a new product or a new line, people want to buy it right away because they don't want to miss out, right? They don't want to let it go. So Apple mastered that, and it's already out there, so why not just duplicate it? And when we say we don't reinvent the wheel, we literally don't. We take what's working and simplify it, because people overcomplicate things, right? People overcomplicate things so much that they never start. Think about it. How many times do you give yourself an excuse? Oh, I don't have the right equipment. Oh, I don't have the right this. Right now, starting e-commerce, a couple of you guys are giving yourself 30 excuses right now. From, I don't know how to build this. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. That is actually holding you back from just starting. Commit first, you'll figure the rest out.
Oh my God, that's the biggest thing.
Commit, like just start. Because the thing is, when you start something and you just keep going, the answers just come to you.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen when you think of a specific car, you start seeing that car everywhere? Like you start seeing it everywhere because now your mind is accustomed to it and you're looking for this every time. But if you never commit, you're never going to be looking for this information, and answers are never going to come to you because it's not even in your mind. So when you guys actually start e-commerce and you start your stores, guess what you're going to start seeing? You're going to start seeing ads about e-commerce. You're going to start seeing answers about e-commerce. You're going to be learning so much because you committed. And things are going to you're going to figure things out. That's how it is. But the hardest thing is committed. Like all this I'm going to be honest with you. All this does not matter if you don't commit. All of the things we're talking about today does not matter if you don't commit. If you don't commit, none of this is going to happen for you. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. As you guys know, in our community, we are very blunt. We are very honest. I don't believe in small talk. I don't believe in lying to people. I don't believe in that because it holds a lot of people back. That's how so many people joined the community and things, because we were just bluntly honest with people. Like
with ourselves too.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's hard. It's hard. It's very, very hard at first. But if you don't commit and you don't put in the actual work, none of this is going to work out. That's the truth, right? So commit first. You're going to figure everything else out. You just have to commit. You just have to commit. You know, and I'm tired of people like lying to people and telling them, yeah, it's okay. No, you have to commit. Things are going to be hard, but you're going to figure it out. You know? So that's what I had to say. You get back into
100%. Yeah. So let's get right back into it. So when you remember, don't reinvent the wheel. Figure out what brand that you want, let's say you pick the fitness niche, right? Look at what the best brand in the entire business is doing, right? Excuse me. Gymshark is the top in the niche of fitness. A lot of people know of this brand. They are $1 billion fitness, brand. Taking a look at what they're doing and what they're building, it's so important, right? It's really, really, a lot of the things that they're doing, clean images, clean, simple aesthetics, trustable brand, all this kind of things. They're just simply they spend millions and millions of dollars on what is going to grab attention and what is going to, how do we sell more product? They focused on creating community as well. They created a community of people, right? Of people who are ambassadors of their brand that just simply advertise their brand just because they love the brand so much, right? If you go to any gym across the entire US or the UK or anywhere in the world, you'll find somebody wearing their products. It's because they just built such a such a great community. So remember, don't reinvent the wheel, right? And remember, customers are getting smarter. General stores, websites are not going to work as effectively anymore, because the thing is, it's not, customers understand that these are spammy websites that aren't going to convert anymore. Customers understand that they aren't going to buy from they'll go to Amazon if they're going to go to a general store. They understand that Amazon is the general store that they should go to. They trust that one. They know that they're not going to get scammed with their money. They know that that is the reputable store that has every different product, right? So if you design a general store, it will be much harder to get sales. And what I mean by that, a general store is, for those of you guys who don't know what a general store is, it's a store that has all types of products, from hair accessories to belts to, makeup products to gadgets to accessories. Like, you don't know what the direction and focus of the brand is. And it's harder for customers to, to build a brand identity around a general store, right? It takes a lot more work and a lot more effort. And I want you guys to get out the gate running and to be able to get results much more faster. And the way to do that is to build a brand with a niche focused on beauty, fitness, or, any one of these fashion, all these different niches, right? And remember, for those of you guys who are listening, make sure it's an evergreen niche, something that's not going away anytime soon. So let's go back to the brand. So let's go ahead and dissect it. Simple things, right? Clean logo. Like, this is so underrated, right? Let's go into detail. Taking notes from big brands. What is Movement doing, right? When you go to their product page, right, where you're about to purchase from a product from their website, you're going to notice that they have really good images, right? Very high quality images, and they invest in their product photography. So they take the time and energy a lot of times, if you guys watch TikToks a lot, you could see so much people are creating very nice, product photography right from their iPhones. But customers understand when you spent time, energy, effort, money on your brand by creating great quality images. You gotta make sure to have that. If you don't have a product in there that is an image that's blurry or anything like that, don't expect people to buy from you, right? And as you can see here, simple short titles. They have very simple short titles and real customer reviews. Customer reviews are so underrated, right? Customer reviews, it creates trust. It creates brand, loyalty, and it creates like, okay, is this something reputable? Can I buy from them? It's so underrated, and it's a really great tool called Luke's Reviews, where a Shopify plugin where you can put on your store that can really make it easy for you to create customer reviews. It's so underrated, and it's one of the most important things. When you create a brand, you got to make sure that you have real customers that are buying, from that products, right? So Luke's Reviews is the plugin. So I'll go ahead and type that in. So it is called Luke's Reviews. So it's a great plugin to have. So that it allows you to create reviews and add reviews for your products. So that's super important, guys. Make sure that you write that down. And not just any type of reviews, but image reviews specifically, because it allows the customer, when they visit your page and they scroll and they see, okay, all right, Susie has, these, is wearing it on her wrist. Let me see how it looks like on her wrist. Okay, Alex also bought it. All right, Jake also bought it. Cool. Like, it creates, the customer, when they visit your website, they are seeing themselves with that product. If you have these images, it's so important to have that. And to obtain images, a lot of times the products you're selling, you can have friends and family rock it, and you can import that into your reviews, right? What we have is a lot of customers send us reviews. When they buy our products, they send us reviews, we add them to our website. They send us a ton of reviews, and we add the best ones right into the product feed. Right? So important, guys. Don't miss out on this. Make sure you write this down. This is a very, very important. Any website that you create, you need to have reviews, because this is what predicts whether you get sales or not, right? If customers can't see what you're like themselves rocking your item or product or whatever you're selling, they won't buy it. So just understand that. All right, so let's move on. So, okay, number one, Instagram, right? Instagram is so important when you are creating Instagram that you also create, like you also bring on. Do you think this creates transparency with the customers? Absolutely, it does, right? And also, when it transitions to your Instagram, when you have brand, continuity across your entire, website to your Instagram to your Facebook, everything looks the same. Your clean images all throughout. You don't have like a blurry image on your Instagram with one image, and then you have this on your, you have another, low quality image on your website. You have a, different product on your, don't do that. You have to have continuity across everything. As you can see here, movement, when you visit their Instagram, when you visit their website, when you visit everything, you can find continuity across everything. It's so important to make sure that you find, you create that continuity across all platforms. All right, so strategy number 3. Now that you guys understand that brand is so important to have a great website, make sure to have a great looking aesthetic feed, micro influencers, and that ties into Muhammad's question. We'll get right into that.
Yep. So micro influencer, this is like one that could help you guys make a lot of money right now or not if you use this strategy. All right, one thing I started understanding about micro influencers, I know that they don't get a lot of offers, right? They're overlooked because everybody's looking at the person that has 1 million followers, right? Everybody's looking at the person that has 3 million followers, but they forget the micro ones, right? So working with micro influencers will boost your sales significantly because they'll post you and they'll start getting sales, right? A micro influencer is an influencer that has less followers. It's someone that's like a micro, right? So they're just starting off. They probably have 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers. They're not the big ones like the Kylie Jenners and the big people you see, right? So I understood this concept and I said, okay, there's so many micro influencers and a lot of them just want to start, right? So guess what they want? They just want a free product, right? Where can we find your brand Instagram page? They just want a free product usually. And we send them a free product. Where can we? Oh, it's at Team Top Figure. So they just want a free product, and we send them the free product, and guess what they do? They're bragging about it. They're saying, hey guys, I just got this brand, because they want to look good to their followers like they're an influencer. As soon as I stood there, I'm okay, bet. It's money time. Okay, bet. I literally sent our product to 20 different influencers at the same time. And all of them didn't even charge me $1. They just wanted a free product because they're starting off. Some had 10,000 followers, some had 15, some had 30, some had 40. Boom. As soon as I understood that, that's all I needed to know. That's all the information I needed to know. Because I'm like, yo, why is everybody chasing the big influencers like Kylie Jenner and all these big influencers that have millions that's going to charge you an arm and a leg that you might not get the return, but nobody's looking at these micro influencers? I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to find every single micro influencers. So what I do? I'm going to break it down to y'all. The science right now. Write this down. This is exactly how I find my winning ones. And every single time it works for me. I find an influencer in my niche. Boom. I find her. First thing I do, I go to the comments. I see if she's engaging with he or he is engaging with their followers. If they're not engaging with the followers, I dip. You know why? Because they're not big enough to be acting that big yet. So why are they acting too big to be responding to comments? Then I see the ones that are responding to comments. Then I do my due diligence and I say, okay, these are the top 10 that I picked. I know sales. That's a good point you bring up, but a lot of the ones we use, I vet them. That's why it's super important to go through the vetting process. I see what's their engagement rates. Then I see their likes. Then I see the comments. I compare the likes to comments ratio. Okay, this person gets all these engaged people, and then I'm reading the comments because you got to go through the comments. The comments will tell you everything you need to know about your influencer. This is a lot of people skip this step. They just see followers and they start talking with them. Nah, the followers don't matter. I care about the engaged ones. I care about the ones that are engaged, that are talking to their followers, that their followers are commenting every post, that they're connecting. Because then think about it, right? People buy from people they know. People buy from people they know. So if this person's engaging with all these people and I see the engagement is good, guess what I do? I'm sending them product right away. Even if they ask for money, I'm gonna send them however much they usually ask. Usually it's nothing over $50. They usually want under $50. I remember this one specific influencer only had 14,000 followers, right? 14,000 followers. That's all she had. And we sent her a free product. And I gave her we had her promo code going. This girl brought 15 sales the next day. First day she posted, she brought 15 sales. 15 sales she brought, right? I know that might not, and on our average order value was 50, right? So this girl literally brought us $750 for free off her 14,000 followers. Think about that. She brought $750 to us for free just by me sending her a product. But I vetted her. I knew her engagement rate was insane. And right after that, I made her, she turned into a brand ambassador. And now she brings us sales every single month. But a lot of people don't leverage the micro influencers. They out here looking at the big people like, wow, this person gonna charge me $3,000. Okay, let me try to figure out what, and then it's a bust. It's a bust. Then they don't know how sales are not coming in because they don't vet the influencers correctly. Now, don't get me wrong, the macros are also good, but I look at the hidden gems, the hidden ones. All right, I see, okay, this person has insane potential. If this girl brought me $750 off the first post, imagine what she could do if she's a full-time ambassador and she's going hard, right? So as soon as I figured this secret out, this micro influencer secret, I started applying it every single time. When I get a new brand, I build the store, we get everything going, we got micro influencers on it right away. Because then here's the next thing. I'm going to drop the next gem. Write this down. Then you take that content they make for you. Then you run ads with that. User-generated content is how the sales come in, right? In 2021, it's so important to get user-generated content. So I send it to the influencer. Influencer posts it, getting me sales. Think about that. I'm killing two birds with one stone. Then I tell them, hey, send me that content. Use that for ads. Boom. Right there. That's exactly the recipe right there. That so many people are literally not even using. Until this day, it works like a charm.
Every time.
Every time. And it does not fail me ever. And people, what's a good ratio with likes followers? Usually it's 15%. I look at 15%. So 15% of them, their followers should be liking every post, right? So 15% is what I look at. And then out of that, they should at least have another 10% comment. So it's things like that, right? And they must be responding to their comments. So that's how I do it. But literally, look how I literally took a influencer that just wanted a product. I sent this specific girl, right? I sent her the free product that costed me maybe $5, right? $5 it costed me. She generated me $750. Then I took that video she did. I took that exact video she did. Then I'm running ads with it to get me more sales, right? See, people complicate this too much. It's a simple process. You just gotta follow it the way that it's done. You don't worry about overcomplicating things right away. Don't worry about getting a professional grade videography shoot and all. That's not what you need to be worried about right away. You need to get your first couple of sales going, become profitable, reinvest that money. Reinvest that money. Then you could do big shoots, hire big models. Then we could do, but not at the beginning. The beginning stage is how you get sales right away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
how you get sales right away.
Yeah, you don't need macro.
So, and this is an app that we use. There's an app called Hype Audit. It audits your the followers, so it tells you if they're a good influencer, if they're not. So if you guys want to do more deep research, there's that. And another thing,
I got you. I'll put that there.
And then another thing a lot of people don't understand is you got to make the influencers feel special. This is how you get sales. If your influencers don't feel special, guess what? They're not gonna want to work with you. We make them feel like they're crazy special, like they're a part of the best community, right? I literally, when we send them the package, it's custom, handwritten note in there, special things in there. I even sometimes throw a gift card in there because I know what's gonna return me. They feel so special when they receive our package, like, yo, this company did this. I'm just a micro. Wow, I'm going to go all out. And guess what they do? They go above and beyond. And that's going to bring sales in your pocket. So we got to start thinking of them differently now. The people that have 14, 20, 30,000 followers, don't sleep on them. That's money. That's money you're sleeping on. All right, so here's how you talk with them. Literally, this is another micro influencer we used. She had about 700,000 followers. We just sent her a product and she posted it. And this girl brought literally about 45 customers the first day. She had 700,000 followers, but she was new to the game. I reached out right away. Okay, send me a product. Send me a product. Guess what I did? Sent her a product, made her feel special. She's posting it, brought us 45 sales the next day. It's things like this that you guys need to start doing and applying right away.
And never be afraid to ask. Sometimes they don't ask. Like this influencer didn't ask. We did for payment. They simply just liked the product, and it was a steering wheel cover, that crystal steering wheel cover that we're selling. And we sold it. We sent it to her. Costed us only about $15 max to ship it and everything. And then she posted it with her Jeep, her brand new Jeep that she had bought. And then she was just flexing it. And then that's it. Like, it brought us sales like that. So you got to don't overcomplicate it. Just simply just ask. And you may not know. A lot of times the influencer may just really love the brand that you created, right? The website looks really appealing. The social media of the brand looks appealing. They want to support small businesses. Even the macro, everybody wants to support small businesses. So don't get that twisted. Make sure that you understand that, right? So,
all right.
Be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Comment too if you guys are following along. If we're going too fast for you, let us know. You guys are following along. Good. I want you guys engaged, guys. Don't let the information we're giving here go over your head. This is a lot of information that you guys can literally go apply. Literally just go apply right after this, right?
You'll sleep down here in London tonight. Yeah, I'm telling you, like
this is what it's about. I want you guys crushing it, all right? So perfect. Let's move on to the next thing. So we broke it down to a simple concept. You find a product, you set up your brand, then you run advertising, whether it's ads or influencers, right? How many? You can hit up as many as you want. That's the beautiful part. So that's the 3 steps. All you guys need to do after this is find your product, right? After you find your product, start building your brand. After you build your brand, you run advertising, right? It's that simple. I don't want you guys to overcomplicate this concept of e-commerce. And I know it sounds like it's a lot, and I know it sounds like it's very complicated, and there's crazy building a website. It's very easy. All these things can be done right away, right? So I want you guys to understand this is a 3-step process. We're about to wrap up here pretty soon, guys, and I'm going to answer Q&A coming very soon, so stay patient with me. But that's our 3-step process, right? So let's go on. Let's move on, right? So let's go here. Perfect. Wait, I know some of you guys saying I don't have technical skills. I have 0 experience. Like, how do I start this? It seems too crazy. This maybe isn't for me. I'm not a technical person. That's fine. That's okay. Guys, remember, I wasn't even a technical person. Like, I hated building websites. All these things used to intimidate me until I committed. Remember, you have to commit first. I said, okay, bet, I'm going to commit. I'm going to give this 1 year. Let's see what happens. As soon as I committed and I figured everything out, and it actually was not that hard, right? It's not that hard. Literally, information is everywhere, right?
So much, everywhere in the world.
So yeah, that's what we want to talk about today and all these things. Guys, the exciting news is here. If you want to learn more, if you guys want to work with our team, if you guys want to put in the work, right? Because we don't work with people that don't want to put in the work. If you are serious, if you guys are excited to get to the next level about this, we're so excited to announce our newest program called Profitable Brands, where we help people build a profitable brand, and we're building a huge community of profitable brands. I know some of you guys are in our other program right now. Reach out to the group chat. We're going to just do upgrade and exciting things for you guys. But those of you guys that are not in the community, that are not in the program, we are so excited to finally announce the Profitable Brands program is officially out. It's not even out to the public yet. You guys are the first to get access to this. You guys are the first to actually even see about this. We didn't even announce it yet to the public. We're doing the beta run. We're doing what's the group chat for? Yeah, it's the that for who wants to join. Yep, I'm gonna announce it. I'm gonna actually add the button right here, right? So we're gonna add it. So yeah, guys, we're so excited to officially announce the Profitable Brands program. Like, we've put 6 months of actually putting this together, and we simplified it to staying profitable, right? We simplified it to, because if you're not profitable, you can't make money, right? Stop looking at these people that are showing you all these numbers, but it's not profits. I always say, show me the profits, because if it's not profitable, what's the point, right? What's the point if it's not profitable? So what we're building here is we're building a community of entrepreneurs who are gonna be serious about building a brand, right? From how to pick your product to what your actual product is, to the aesthetics, to how to turn your customers into fans, to how to make people continue buying from you, right? How to do all these things, how to do literally all these things. That's what we're gonna be showing, right? So right there is up right here. You guys can click that join the program button if you guys want to join right now. Yep, how's the course structured? I'm gonna show you guys right here. So here's how it's structured. We show you guys a blueprint of everything, right? And we show you how to build to sell. This is the biggest thing, guys. We put together brands so we can eventually sell them. I don't want to just build something and not sell it eventually. So we put them together so you could sell it eventually and have a big exit. That's number one. Number two, we show you how to find your winning product. Number three, we show you guys how to set up a brand, right? We show you guys the exact thing to finding micro influencers. And here's the exciting things. We partnered with our friends over at Clearbank. So if you guys do 2 months, it's 3 months. If you do 10K a month for 3 months consecutive, what we're gonna do is we're gonna help you guys get funded and help you guys get to the next level. Someone's saying the button does not work. Really? Hold on. I know a lot of you guys are trying to click it. Wait, sorry about that, guys. We'll redo. Button does not work. Okay, let's sorry, guys. You know, technical difficulties sometimes. Everything is tech. Sorry about that. We'll update it. All right, it's updated. There. Appreciate you guys for letting us know. You guys are awesome. It's updated. Now it should be working. You guys can click it. It should be working. Okay, back to what I was saying in this program. It's literally insane because what we're doing is we're showing you guys how to build a loyal following so these people can buy over and over and over again. The next thing, we'll show you guys the aesthetics of your brand, the looks of your brand. Let me know if this link is working. Is it working for you guys? Go ahead and try to click it. Let me know if it's working for you guys. It doesn't work. Yeah, it works. Perfect. Awesome, 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 awesome. Great things. We're going to show you guys all of our email marketing secrets, how to stay profitable. We get on weekly calls, so you guys are going to get on calls like this so we can look through your things and we can actually start applying the things that's not working for you guys. This is going to be insane. It's not even public yet. Once we announce it publicly, it's going to be double this price, right? Because the amount of value that's in this program is insane and we're undercutting ourselves. And we understand that, right? But to get the beta test, well, the creators also have the same. Yes. So the calls, when we do the group calls in this program, we're going to do in different time zones so you can actually go back and backtrack and watch old recordings. That's how we're going to do it moving forward. Because we know we have people in London, people in UK, people in Africa, all over, right? So with this program, right, we want you guys to actually take it serious, right? I don't want people just joining and not taking it serious. This is the program to change the game. So we have it on for half off right now. That price, $497, is a steal right now. Will this live be recorded too? Yes, it'll be recorded to that. Right now it's a steal, but the only reason we have it at this price is for people that actually joined this boot camp, right? If you didn't join the boot camp, they don't even know about it. And they're probably not going to get the same deal when we officially announce it publicly, right? The reason why we called it Profitable Brands is we focus on profits. We don't focus on nothing else, right? We focus on profits. That is the most important thing because it's all about how much you keep at the end of the day. It's not about, hey, I made $1,000 today. How much profit did you keep? I made $5,000 today. How much profit did you keep? That's what it's about. That's why we created Profitable Brands, because it's all about profits, right? So how do you find good suppliers?
We'll finish those. We'll get those answers literally to every one of your guys' questions at the end. We're almost done. It's just literally just a few more slides left, and we'll be done.
Some of our other students. Some of our other students have been crushing it. Like literally Bilal, he did his first 10K month. These are all student testimonials. They've been crushing it. As I mentioned, you guys get all these insane deals literally just for $497. The value is way more than that. What we're giving is way more than that, and it's gonna keep going, right? So that's what it is. Now, with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now we're going to get into questions. I want to answer awesome questions. The link for the program is right there. Literally click that link. I'm going to type it in. Figure.co. That's the program link. You guys could even click that one if that other one doesn't work, and you guys could join the program. Guys, remember, those that pay attention. If you don't invest in yourself, you're not really going to pay attention. The reason, I understand someone said, hey, it's too much money here in Africa. Yes, but the information that is in this program is worth way more than that. When you literally make your money back, right, you're going to be like, oh, this was a no-brainer, right? So that's what it is. That's what it's about. Guys, this is what the program is about. We're creating profitable brands all 2021. If you're about creating profitable brands, comment the word profit. I want to hear profits. Let me see who cares about profits. Comment the word profits right now in the comments. Comment that word profits, and we're going to get into Q&A. We're going to answer all the old questions. Profits, yep, I love it. I love it. Profits, Fadumo, Bilal, yep. Perfect. It's all about the profits, and that's what we're about. Everyone cares about profits. We care about profits. You care about profits. Let's make your profitable brand in 2021. That's what it's about. Let's get it. All right, time for Q&A. Let's get into Q&A. When starting off, you have to send your questions. Yes, yes. So worth it. Yup. Perfect. Appreciate you, Fathom. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's get into the Q&A. Let's get into the Q&A right away. All right.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and answer you guys' questions. So let's go ahead and scroll all the way back up at the top. If you guys can, and if you guys can also repost your question at the bottom, because it's sometimes it can get lost, you know, and as people are already commenting. So let's see.
Sign up for the time. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, if you guys can just retype them in. So yeah, let's just start from the bottom. Okay. All right. So let's see here. So the top one is, how do you find a good supplier on Alibaba?
Yes.
What's the best way to negotiate with them?
Yes. So it's very hard to negotiate at the beginning, just because you didn't show no sort of sales volume. So what I would do is order like a test sample and let them know, like, hey, I'm serious. I'm a serious buyer. I'm actually going to get to the next level. I'm going to keep growing with you. And they'll usually be understanding, and build relationships with your supplier.
They're people at the end of the day.
Yes.
You send them an email that looks professional, that has actually your brand logo, everything like that. They'll take you seriously. It's the same way as customers taking you seriously.
Yes.
If you don't take yourself as seriously and you don't invest in yourself, don't expect anybody to invest in you, even a supplier. Because at the end of the day, these are people that you're doing business with, right? These are suppliers just as much as customers, right?
Yes.
So go back to, so let's do, so that, I hope that answers your question, bro. The next question is, all right, with ads, do you make more than one? So you just need one Facebook account to set up your ads for your brand, and you just need that one, right? When you set up your ads individually, you'll be testing different types of ads, and that's what we cover in the program. We show you guys exactly how to start being profitable right away once you start. So it's super important that you guys pay attention there. So
yes, and when you guys join the program, what did he say? He said, long as a $497 window open for probably within like the next, we're gonna when we launch it publicly, we're coming out with it at $997, just because there's so much value in there. And if you want to build a profitable brand, you can actually build it right now. We are gonna still have our other normal dropshipping course at the lower rate, but this one is for building an actual brand that you could eventually sell and exit, right? So that's why it's a little bit more costly. But I'm not sure how long I'm going to have the $497 going on, but right now it's active at that $497, and it's not moving until the end of this call, that whenever we wrap it up after we're done. So it's not going to be moving right now, right? So I would say as soon as you can would be the best, right?
Yeah. All right. So The next question is, dang, you guys have a streaming in with a lot of questions. Okay. All right. Okay, what's the first step when it comes to e-commerce? Yeah, that's the main thing is just getting started. Really.
That's what I always say, man. I keep telling people.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, it's commit first. You're going to figure everything else out.
Yep.
If you don't commit, you're not going to figure anything out. That's 100. If you don't commit, you're not going to figure anything out. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If you don't commit, guess what? You are not going to even figure out a single answer. You're going to be looking all day everywhere, but you ain't never going to get answers, right? So commit first. That's number one. Next thing, get the information. Right? Make sure you guys get into some form of program, whether it's ours, a different one. I say this because there is so much noise out there that it scares a lot of people. That's why a lot of you guys have never started. You Google e-commerce, there's 100 different ways to do it. 100 different ways. And you're like, your head spins everywhere. To why we simplified it to 3 simple concepts to get people going, right? Because before, I used to ask, there's a lot of people that join our program. I said, hey, what made you join it? It's the 3 simple concepts. You guys made it so simple to where people could just start. Because people are so scared to start, and they just Google it. They see all these things. They're like, yo, I got to do this. I got to get this. I got to get this, that they never start. So the first thing is find a program, invest, learn the information, apply the information, get the results. That's the system. But you have to commit first. If you don't commit, guess what? It's never going to work. You know what I'm saying? If you don't commit, it's never going to work.
100%. So what is the product research strategy that you said? What was the second question? Okay. Our product research strategy is so what we do is to find a winning product. We visit alishark.com. It's a nice website that you can find great products, right? And it's super important that you check out this website. It shows you all the different types of niches, right, that are in the industry, and it simplifies. You can see what's trending, what are the products that are, what people are selling now, what niches are profitable, and we go in more in depth with that. But that's a very good starting point. You want to check that website out. Let's see here. Okay. Based on the viral contents like the Roddy Rich doormat, do you face copyright issues on select items that are copyright? Certain items aren't copyright. Like in that sense, that item is not copyrighted. So you want to, and that's a good question. You want to make sure that the products that you're using, just double check. You can go to the trademark office, the website, U.S. Patent Office. You can do a quick copyright search, and then you can see if it's being copyrighted, if it's actually legally copyrighted. So that'll help you, go ahead and do that. So that is a good question. Can you release 4 or more products at the same time in your Shopify store? Yes. And remember, when you're building a niche, you want to create products that are around it. Let's say you're in the fitness niche. You have a yoga mat that you're selling. You also are selling dumbbells. You want to sell complementary products around your niche. Don't have a fitness brand and then sell, phone cases and a fitness mat. Okay, does that make sense? So make sure that what you're selling is on brand and it's not all over the place.
Yes. How do you guys keep motivated after failing multiple times? Well, the number one thing that kept me motivated is the community, right? I understood like it wasn't going to be easy, but I had people that are doing the same thing as me that you could connect with. And that's why we want to create the greatest e-commerce community, because we understand it's very hard to start alone. But if you know Susie, that's also starting right away, you guys could be seeing the progress together, right? And if you see Susie start at the same time as you, she gets results, you're like, wow, I gotta do better. So I had to surround myself with people that are gonna help me get to the next level, and I had to cut out negative people. That's another thing you guys gonna have to do. When you guys are leveling up, you gotta cut off people. That's the truth.
100%. That'll help you go over all those failures. Because remember, what we keep saying is start. You'll figure it out later. How long did it take you to 100 grand in profits?
Ooh, I think it took a year and a half.
Yeah,
a year and a half. Yeah, that was the first 6 figures that we made was a year and a half. It was exciting.
but not after many different. That's the one thing we created this program, was to make sure that you guys avoid all the mistakes that we did early on, because there's so many different things that you can encounter that you can't account for, right? Especially early on, you might not know, okay, the product that you're selling can be out of stock, right? Your supplier, we had to switch suppliers. All these kind of things are things that we owe. Everything we put in the program, we're super transparent. Everything is in there, from our how we find good suppliers, how we find the right product niche, how to find the right payment process, and making sure your payments are in order. All these kind of things are important. American supplier or Chinese supplier, which one do you guys recommend? To our customers, since we sell to the US, we only select US-based suppliers, and we teach you exactly how to find that in the program.
Yep, and you can actually use Chinese suppliers that have relationships with American suppliers.
100%. Yep, exactly.
So
which one do you want to take? Okay, we'll do two more questions and then we'll wrap up. Yep.
Let me know if the link for the program is working for you guys. I want to know if it's working. I know it has like 5 minutes up there. Let me know if that link is working for you guys. Instagram brand page. Yep, I want to know if it's working for you guys, because I know it just went down a little bit. I just got it back up.
Perfect. Okay, awesome.
Perfect. It's working. Okay, perfect. All right. Yes. One of our actually big brands right now it's in the jewelry niche. That's one of our big brands right now. It's in the jewelry niche. All right, American suppliers. Yes. Wow, mashallah. Okay, what's the top 3 supplier? Well, like supply. That's kind of a hard question to ask, because there's so much different niches, right? So a better question would be like, what are the top 3 niches? I would say try to get into jewelry somehow. Try to get into beauty is pretty big. Fitness, pets. Wellness, things like that. Those are some top.
Once you find your niche, it'll be easier to find a supplier, because you'll have an established name, you'll have a good branding, and then when you reach out to suppliers on Alibaba, AliExpress, and these websites, you'll be able to find a great supplier by contacting them through that. And then really, when they see your brand, they'll be able to trust you more. When you have a good quality image, everything has to be congruent across the board.
Yes. So appreciate you guys for all getting on. Oh yeah, before we wrap up, if you guys want to text us, the link is about to go down here soon. We'll keep the $4.97 promo for you guys for the next 24 hours, but text this number promo and 671, and someone from our team would get you guys access. So make sure you text that number promo. Text this number and text it the word promo.
The country code is +1.
+1.
United States +1.
So if you guys text this number and text it the word promo, we'll have that promo up of the $4.97 for you guys for the next 24 hours.
And if you guys have any further questions on getting in contact with us to learn more about e-commerce, go ahead and text that number. That's the best way to reach us, and that's the best way to ask questions and everything like that. So make sure you write that number down. And so if you have any further questions, or if we didn't get to your question in this training, go ahead and text that number.
Shoot us a text to that
number.
We'll
get back to you, because ultimately this is we enjoy doing this. We want to do this a lot more. So go ahead and DM us if you can't message, text that number for some reason. But just message us on Instagram. Our Instagram is @TopFigureSal, @TopFigureWisdom, and @TeamTopFigure. So I'll go ahead and put that our messages, our Instagram handles in the. Yeah, there you go. So you can message either one of us, me or Wisdom, and we will get back to you guys. But yeah, if you didn't get a chance to get your question answered, go ahead and message us or text the number 612-446 +1 area code 0671. But we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being on this call to this time. We really appreciate, and I know you champs from all across the world that are literally sacrificing sleep for this. Like, this really means a lot to us. So
yes,
I really truly appreciate you guys for.
Also, I wanna welcome everybody that just joined the program. Welcome to the Top Figure family. We're so excited to have you guys. We're so excited to have you guys on board. So guys, again, there's the link right there. Let me know if the link is working. I want you guys to join. If it does not work, that's live. Thank you guys.
Absolutely, man.
Top Figure. I'm gonna leave the link here one last time. Congrats to everyone that literally joined the program. Yeah, can't wait for you guys to start your brands. You guys on Discord? No, text us. That's our phone number. We're not on Discord, but you guys could text us. But yeah, guys, almost hour and a half here. Bootcamp was insane. This is the first one. We're gonna do more of these. But if you guys are serious about building your brand to the next level, make sure you join the program. Make sure you guys are in the program. I'm so excited to everyone that just joined. Text us. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
That's it, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Message us, DM us, and yeah, let's get this going.
Thank you, guys. It's easy.
Awesome.